Hello and welcome to Hixxy Studio. Thank you for joining me for this little video showing you how to make this little birdie card. We are going to use sentiment from Trimcraft first edition set of dies just called sentiment dies. So that's the with love. And then the bird is from the Trimcraft birds die. They do like quite straightforward names for their die sets. So those are the two dies we're going to use. I have used some nesting rectangle dies to cut a frame. If you've been watching any of my other videos, you'll know I'm quite into frames at the moment. So I've just gone ahead and done that. The paper I've used is this lovely sheet. And that's from this pad, which is Woodland Friends from Crafters Companions Nature's Garden collection. I just love... I really like this. Sometimes we find it difficult to use these big foliage pieces, but I've used that in the corner here, and then I've used this little bit here to add the bird and the sentiment to. Okay, so what we're going to do is I have used cream card. No, in fact, it's ivory. This is Foundation's ivory card and craft card, and I'm just going to cut both of the dies out in the cream card. You can see here I've just kind of slightly offset the craft card on top so that you get like a drop shadow. So we're going to cut those two dies. Oh, tape's right in front of me. In fact, I've got lots of little tidbits of tape here. Reuse these, I think. If you do it at home, I have just like, I end up with a million pieces of tape all down the side of my desk and then end up with them all stuck to my arm by the end of the day. Right, okay, let's just put our dies to our Gemini. So I will bring in my other bits that I've already done. So I've got my base card. It's A6 size. It's basically piece of A4 of the foundations. Cut it in half and then scored it in half. I've got a piece of craft card. And with some craft cards, you get that kind of two different sides, and I kind of like the sort of richer side. Here you can see this is that lovely big bit of foliage that's going to go here, and then I've done some more matting and layering. Sorry, ivory card, a little bit more of that paper, and then I've got my frame, which I've just used nesting rectangle dies, whatever shape you prefer. So we're going to just put this bit together with some glue. And then we'll assemble the rest of it. I think with this set of dies, I'm just going to bring the thing in, this pack of dies. They are all small and individual. I haven't all got them all here because they're all in other packs at the moment. But on the face of them, you look at them, ooh, what am I going to do with those? But they help you create some really, really simple, straightforward cards that look very effective, but actually don't need a huge amount of work, as you can see, because this is mostly matting and layering and using the little bird and the sentiment as the toppers, if you like. Okay, well, we'll assemble this one because I want to slightly offset it, so I don't want to stick it straight onto the page. Okay, so this bit is going to go on here. Now, I've cut that, excuse me, just so that the rectangle will just sit just on top of it and leave me with a cream border around the edge. Let's move that one out of the way. Put some glue on the back of our frame. If you don't have nesting dies to cut frames, or you don't want to do the sort of faff of cutting a frame, then you can just do matting and layering. You just sort of a piece of craft card on top of the cream, and then this on top, the pattern on top of that, just like I did for the base of the card. It's just like, I kind of like the way that the frame gives you a slightly raised look at the edge, which just adds a little bit of difference to your cards. And I'm going to just offset that so it's not square on, just to give it a little bit more interest. Okay, so let's offset it there. Okay, now Gemini finished ages ago. We're going dies. So these dies cut. Oh, look, it dropped out over there. It's like, where has it gone? It's flown away. These birds dies cut like a silhouette. So there are a few other videos that I'm doing to show you some of the other dies in the set to make some gorgeous sort of sunset type silhouettes, or just to create a lovely sort of focal image without any detail, without anything that you need to sort of colour in. So let's push this out. And fingers and thumbs, come on. There we go, that's out. Now, you get some lovely tiny little letters there. I'm afraid I'd lose the will to live if I tried to do anything with those. So, but if you have the patience, by all means, collect those little letters. So let's move the dies to one side. I have already gone ahead and cut out both the bird and the sentiment in craft card, because you don't need to see me cut multiple times. And I'm going to bring in my little bit of this is just copy of paper, it's just for gluing on. I'm going to find my tweezers, mostly because excuse me, I'm going to cough. Excuse me. Okay, so mostly because we've got some very little little legs here. I want to be able to put a little bit of glue onto those and the tail, and then I'm going to just slightly offset so that I can see the cream behind. Just put him to one side, and then I'm going to do a similar thing with the sentiment. Oh, bear with me, I've got that. So with my little glue, get the glue onto all the little bits. Oh, yeah. And I'm going to block that one off, and then offset that one. Okay. Oh no, come on. There we go. Okay, so then we're going to use this. I'm going to stick it flat, but I am going to kind of like the little birdies going, sort of calling out the love. I know, I'm a little bit strange. So a little bit of glue gel to put our bird on. So we're going to put some glue gel on the back of the body. Don't need to worry about the legs. And I'm also going to kind of make him stand on the frame. It kind of grounds the bird, so it doesn't look like he's just dangling in his legs in midair. I'm going to use the acrylic Creative Expressions acrylic glue I've got in this bottle to stick this down. Tag. That's like he's tweeting with love. And then just finish off with a bow, but this time I've done it with twine, so a little fits in more with our craft card theme. And I'm going to snip it up a little bit because I don't really want it dangling all the way down there. So let's just snip that off. There we go. Okay, let's move my bits to the side. And then you have really simple, straightforward, but effective card using that little silhouette bird from the Trimcraft Birds die set. Thank you.